What's going on, everyone? It's Chris from 416 Coffee, and today I wanted to give you a behind-the-scenes look of this incredible video that Jaster Co. made for us. This guy was his name's Kyle, super talented cinematographer. He made this incredible video for us, and I just wanted to take you behind each part of it so I can explain kind of what's going on. So in the beginning of the video, you see the roaster turning. It focuses in onto a few actually key components of the roaster. So the first thing it looks at is a simple temperature sensor. This is an old school sensor, analog, just showing us the temperature inside the bin. Then the second thing it looks at is the vent. So this is almost like a vent that opens for exhaust. This lets more heat in or out of the roaster. So this is actually very important as well to control the roasting process and control how much heat is being released from the bin out into the exhaust. Then it cuts to me making some espresso in the front, and you see Carm dragging a bag of coffee and filling a bucket with it. Now this bucket is important because this is the way we load our coffee machine. A lot of factories have a different setup for this. We kind of have a very old school setup. We use a winch and we just lift up buckets and buckets of green coffee into the top hopper, and then that coffee is dropped into the actual bin that rotates and roasts the coffee. Now, you see Carm checking on the coffee with a stick. Some roasters have like a built-in slot where the stick goes in and out. This is an older model, so we actually open up the door and we have to scoop the coffee out with this little stick just to check how the roast is progressing. Now, this is where the machine is very old school. We don't have a lot of fancy computers or anything like that. So Carm's knowledge of actually being familiar how the machine roasts, how the coffees are roasting, this comes in handy here because it's done very hands-on. We don't have any fancy programs. So Carm's checking it. Once the coffee's deemed ready to dump, we release that coffee in that beautiful cinematic shot of all the coffee kind of pouring out into what's called the cooling bin. Now the cooling bin is a perforated steel bin, and we have a separate motor sucking air through the bottom of the cooling bin to quickly cool the coffee. Now, the reason why we cool the coffee quickly is it's coming out super hot, and we want it to stay at the roast level that we saw in the roaster. We don't want it to continue cooking too much in the cooling bin, so that's why we have to drop it in there and cool it off. And then once it rotates around in there for a while and it's cool, it then can be stored in bags and we can move on to packing and things like that. So I just wanted to give you this quick breakdown of the video we made, kind of the different pieces that he looked at, just because I saw that a lot of people enjoyed the video and I wanted to give you a little behind the scenes look at what was actually going on. Now, most of the sound effects from the roaster, for example, the whoom, whoom, that rotating sound at the beginning, that was a sound effect added. If our roaster actually made that noise when it turned, it'd be bad. There'd be something wrong with the bearings. So there was some sound effects added because I don't think he had a mic on the camera for this shot. But yeah, it came out incredible. It was a fantastic video. So I'll link his stuff below so you can check out more about him. But yeah, guys, that's a quick look at behind the scenes of how we're roasting coffee here.